Hey friends, how are we doing today? Mac, Haggard, appreciate you both being here. God, Mac's name, like there's like a that purple. Everybody's first message in my chat has a red background, and I can barely make out the purple. Those colors clash so bad. I feel like I say that every time Mac shows up. Oh, how y'all doing today?
Front, right.
Alright. Got sound set up before we go to that scene this time. I am mulling over some changes to the channel. I'm not super keen on any of them, but I'm 2 months behind on the Patreon stuff. And I tried to get a Patreon stream in on Sunday, but I couldn't do it. We had dog training on Sundays now, and just losing. I got no time. I just don't. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do with that, because there's other things that I want to do when I have time again, like when dog training's over, but also like it's cold and fucking rainy outside, and I just don't want to go outside and take pictures right now. You know, when I started the Patreon photography project, it was in the spring. A raid from Captain! Captain Moten, welcome in! Welcome in, my friends! It's good to see you. Wave's here. Rebecca Lady. Auto Run Fail. Hello. How's everybody doing today? Thank you so much for the raid, Captain. Captain was sailing the seven seas, or however many there are in shit, I forgot the name of the game now. The pirate game. The rare Microsoft pirate game. Damn it, what's it called? I haven't played it ever. It looks like it's fun. Hey, Sean. I was just talking about the Patreon I've had going where... Sea of Thieves, thank you. The Patreon I've had going for the past 8 months, where I take photography with a camera that has floppy disks in it. I use that for storage. Like, legit has... Sorry, that thing's hard to unlatch. Has a floppy disk in it, right? I've been doing a Patreon where I edit, like, one Sunday a month, I edit all these photos and I put them on a floppy disk and I mail them out to, people at the $30 tier. But I haven't been able to get to it the last 2 months because of the puppy and all my traveling. There just hasn't been time. And now the puppy dog's training classes are on Sunday. So I'm planning on putting that on hold. Also, it's very cold and rainy outside up here in the Pacific Northwest. Oh boy, the memories. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna put it on hold so it stops charging people. There's only one person right now that's paying for a floppy disk every month, and I'm 2 months behind. So I think I'm gonna redeem them or refund them, and put it on hold. Hey, Auto Run Fail, you're in the PNW? Hell yeah. I'm down in well, I guess up in Vancouver, depending on what part of the PNW you're in. It's a wonderful place. I was going after games with 30 floppy disks at a friend, and of course, 1 or 2 of them are damaged. Oh. When I was getting home. Oh no. I have the first floppy disk in my collection that is losing data. That I found. Vancouver, Washington. You're in Oregon? Nice. Yeah, so I'm right next to Portland. But actually, it's the first big box I ever had. Fuck it, I'll make it the box of the day today if somebody wants to redeem that. We can talk about that. But I want to do other things. There's other projects that I want to try and tackle when I have Sundays available again. So are we. Zesty Wings, you're also in the... You're just south of Portland? Small world. That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome. Fun fact. Well, when the pandemic's over, hopefully everybody will be comfortable again, but I actually run a meetup group in Portland. Or used to be on the meetup. Is your husband? Nice. Where we meet up for beers and talk about video games and movies and stuff. You know, super dork stuff. Hopefully soon we'll get that back into full swing. We meet like once a month in the middle of the month or so. Kind of been off and on this year with Delta on the rise. Yeah, absolutely. We usually meet we usually alternate like Vancouver, Portland area, and Beaverton. Let me get you a link to that if you'd like. I'll send you a link to that Discord. It's been fairly quiet in there, but like as soon as we all feel safe, we're gonna be getting back together. I run too many servers. I don't know. Here you go. Seems the raid was very well targeted. It happens like that sometimes. Here you go, you two. Zesty and Auto. But yeah. We used to do like, when we were really active, when we were on, you know, before COVID and everything, we were doing like game of the month where we'd all like play the same game each month and talk about it. You know, just stuff. There was a Dungeons and Dragons game back in the before times. We also met up for some board games where we just play like random board games that Seth brought out. There's potential for all of that again, you know? At least I hope there is, because like we just started doing that in the, like 2 years before COVID, and it was one of the most fun things we've done. The time of in-person games. Yeah, I know, the before times. But also, yeah, get in there. Just watch the general and announcement channel. Maybe in December. Maybe. The middle of this month is booked for me right now, so we're not planning anything for November. Anyways. Oh, we got that settled. There are things that I want to do with occasional Sunday streams. I would like to build a website. I'd like to build a review website for retro PC games. There are some secret talks about that and what that could mean. And if we could make it live and be safe, if it was just simple text and pictures. But I would like it to be able to run in Netscape Navigator on Windows 98. I mean, I'm talking old retro website. Yeah, no worries. No worries. That's important stuff too. So like when the dog classes are over and my Sundays are back a little bit, like I'd like to explore you know, like an old 1998, you know, making a website for dummies book, right? And refigure out how to do it. Put it all together. Where I can like, you know, just self-indulgently review video games that I like or whatever. And then see what hosting would be like for that. Why is there glitter on my hand? Get off! What the hell is on here that I got glitter from? Whatever. You know, and I'd like to get back to photography. So a game review stream? Maybe. Maybe. But it'd be me building a website in old software. There was software I used to play with as a teenager. You know, you build a website, you put it up on GeoCities or AngelFire, that kind of stuff. I'm talking old websites. This was kind of a secret, but it's kind of fallen by the wayside for a bit, but I was in talks with somebody that was willing to host a server for that. Before Dreamweaver. Maybe it was Dreamweaver. Yes, something like that, Sean. Something like that, like a GUI interface for websites. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I thought that would be, yeah, oh gosh, GeoCities. Firework. That name rings a bell. My mom used to get this magazine called .NET. Every once in a while, there would be, you know, like a video game demo on it. I think my Diablo demo actually came from a .NET magazine. But it would have all these, like, you know, like Macromedia Flash software 1.0, like that era of old. Be cool if I could find some of those. Or at least figure out what software it was I used before, just for fun. But, you know, I want to get back to the photography because it's fun and I like it. It's just... I can't seem to make myself do it right now. And I need those Sundays. Very old school, yes. If you've never been in here before, yeah, here. So, we have the old technology here that we use often. This is actually what I was doing the photography streams on because that camera was old as shit. But, and you can see up here, there's actually a pile of floppy disks and zip disks by the camera. But that is a thing I love is like, you know, revisiting stuff from the 90s. This room is great. Thank you. Here's this one. But there's some other stuff I want to do. And yeah. You envy my joystick collection. I actually collect joysticks. That is a thing that I do. There's a shelf up there of them. There's some here, there's drawers of them here. It's kind of ridiculous. Like all of these are just full of gamepads and joysticks. It's just kind of silly. So I find them all at Goodwill stores. Thrift stores. So anytime I see like a $4.99 old PC joystick, I grab it. And I've got some real wild ones. It's just drawers. I've got drawers of joysticks though. There was a time when I hurt my back and I was laying in bed and I couldn't, you know, get mouse and keyboard on the tray table. So I started to adopt games with a gamepad. And I've just been in love with them ever since. So I've been collecting, you know, the old Microsoft and Logitech ones. Matter of fact, one of my colleague streamers sent me this the other day. It's the first box I've had for a Sidewinder. Y'all want to see something stupid and cool? Hang on. So this particular Sidewinder from Microsoft, it's a game port, so it plugs into the back port on a sound card. And I didn't know this until I had the box and I saw it on the back of the box, but it's got a door on the back that you can pop off and plug another controller into it, up to 4. And with this controller, that's how you get 4 players on one game port. I had no idea. That's cool as shit. But they all run in daisy chain. I'm hoping that during the Dosember month, I can steal my wife for a little bit so we can check out some DOS game that's 2-player, like Wacky Racing or something like that, and we can get these hooked up and good to go. That would be cool. It's a PC multi-tab. Yeah, exactly. Because when these got retrofitted with USB, you could put them in all the USB ports. You didn't need this anymore. Was Microsoft Front Page the old software you used to use? I don't know. I really don't know. Would you mind helping me keep a list of some of the suggestions so I can take a look at them later? That would be awesome. Sean, please. But yeah, no, I love like 90s PC stuff. I just do. I like new games too. I was thinking about that this morning, actually. Like, why is it so much easier to stream retro games? I think it's because they're so much less immersive that they make for a better streaming experience when you're talking to chat. I mean, that at least might be part of it, right? Because you break out a new game and you're like, all right, I'm in this world. Blinders on. I've been struggling with that a little bit this month, playing only new games for November. Got the t-shirt almost done for Dosember. I got space for one more streamer that wants to commit to playing DOS games with us for an entire month. Sorry for being quiet. Was staring this whole time at your awesome game. No worries, Wave. I'll let you guys hang on. I'll give you a peek of what the Dosember shirt should look like. Hey, your mom. Oh, you've had a day. Uh-oh. DOS games, exactly. Building just got evacuated for a real fire or a fire alarm. Let me get this set up here. Just 1 second. Here we go. So this is the t-shirt I've been working on. I got space for one more person that wants to, a streamer that wants to play only DOS games for Dosember. I mean, anybody can play DOS games in December, but this shirt requires you to commit the full month to it. Still waiting on Fractal Mind Mike and Dr. CDCS. So it's just like the 3 games you're most excited to play. I'm going to be playing a game 5 days a week. So I got 2 designs for this shirt. One's gonna have a black background on it, be on a cream shirt or whitish color. The other one's gonna be transparent on a black shirt. I ordered this as it is now unfinished. Kind of a waste of money, but I need to see how this looks on a t-shirt to make sure that TeePublic can print it. I believe they can, but I'd really hate to like have a whole bunch of people order them and then go and look like shit. So the plan for the t-shirt here, Auto Run Fail, thank you so much for the follow. The plan for the t-shirt is that the profits from the t-shirt are going to go back into the retro community. At the end of December, we're going to look for somebody that just became an affiliate and take all the money we made from selling the t-shirts and put it into subs, help them get their first payout. That I thought about doing like a charity, but I've got a huge charity that me and Bearded Bogle run coming up in February called Save&Raid. That's a whole other story. But so we're gonna put this directly back into a newly affiliated DOS game Twitch streamer. That's my plan. That plan might change a little bit. It might be more than one. It might be in bits. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the t-shirts look good. As a mock-up. So I'll see you in a couple weeks. So yeah, need one more person be on the t-shirt. And like I said, anybody can play DOS games and call them, say it's Dosember, right? That is just fine. But the t-shirt needs a full month commitment. Sure, let's talk about Save&Raid. Why not? So Save&Raid planning has started. We did this last year for the first time. It's the first charity I ever did. I hooked up with one of my good buddies from the Netherlands, and we created an event to benefit suicide awareness and voices of education, where, the first event we played Doom. And 24 streamers, 23, it was 23, would play for 1 hour, each one, save the game, raid the next streamer on their channel, give them the save file, and we continue. We did that for 24 hours. We played through Doom 1 and most of Doom 2, and we raised $5,100 for save. We're doing that again this year. Aiming for about 44 streamers to go for 2 days. The game we were planning on doing, we kind of realized today that it might not work out, so we're starting to think of what game we might do. it's not going to be Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider's coming, but it's not going to be this year, I don't think. The main reason for that is Bearded Bogle is all burnt out on Tomb Raider because he just played through all the games on his personal stream. It was going to be... We were looking at the Tasmanian Tiger, but the way it handles save files isn't right. Like, you send the whole save file folder over to the next person, and it was like, I only understand save file 1, and we're not sure why. Also, you can't save mid-level. Like, you can manually save it, but it goes right back to the beginning of the level, which is not really, you know, good for this project. Things that we can't do Diablo. Diablo's got way too much backlash right now, although it would be the perfect game. Also, there was a woman that killed herself over all the stuff going on at Blizzard, so, you know, no. I've seriously... It's so unfortunate about Diablo. I 100% agree. It's one of my favorite franchises out there. It really, really is. Considering, like, the original 2 Fallouts, maybe Fallout 3, something like that would be really good. You play for an hour, and then the next person has to deal with the choices you made. I'm really interested to see how that would work. Sean, that's a good idea. Mass Effect would fit that really well. And that just had the remaster. All right, let me. Are you in that chat, in that Discord, to throw it in the thing? I'll go throw it in. And because I'm the boss, I'm gonna highlight it. Is Save&Raid, if you streamers out there are interested in participating in Save&Raid, here's a link to that Discord. That's not the same link as before, right? Is there a theme to the game for Save&Raid? No, not really. We did Doom the first time because it was easy. It also causes some issues because it's a very violent game. You know, and we had like a logo all sorted out with like chainsaws and shotguns. And Save was like, we can't have violent weapons on that image if we promote it. No, it doesn't have to be a retro game. Though retro games will be easier to deal with the save files from. The new Mass Effect, it has Steam save, so that have to be disabled. And we'd have to figure out how it, you know, how you transferred save files between computers. The way we've done this in the past is everybody got their own folder on a Google Drive. You just threw it in there. The next person went and got it out of your folder. Good to go. It's not that violent. Well, we had to remove it from our logo, and it just ended up being a save disk. Yoshimitsu started doing some 3D whatever and wanted to do the logo, so we let him. No, it doesn't have to be retro games. It doesn't have to be retro games. That just makes it easier because their save files don't have like weird account binding and you know what I mean? It's got to be PC games. Can't do crossplay on any of those. Man, Mass Effect is a good suggestion. That one hadn't even crossed my mind. That'd be real good. We got 3 games there. I mean, that's more than 48 hours, or yeah, 48 hours of content. Yeah, it was a beautiful event. So the whole point of the event, you know, when I thought this up, is I saw all of these, you know, 5 to 10 viewer streams and being like, how do we like take all these awesome people and all these awesome people, put them in one place, right? So we created basically a snowball. You know, it starts on one stream and then the snowball keeps getting bigger and bigger as it raids more and more people. There was almost no moment after the first stream that had less than 100 viewers, and it was beautiful. Some of the people that met in Save and Raid have met in real life. Oh, wait, I met Backlog Cabin the other week. You know, Lady Game Guy has been hung out with Haggard Hessian. It's kind of been a wonderful thing. But yeah, that's a huge thing. Save and Raid 2 is going to happen in February. If you want to be a part of that, join the Discord. Do not mute the announcement channel. That's a requirement, by the way. Well, it'd have to go for 48 hours with different people playing it at different styles. I prefer a series, so we know if we beat the first game, we have a second one to go to. Dark Picture anthologies, those deal with some dark subject matter, including suicide, don't they? Man of Medan wants, yeah. My wife really wants me to play that one. But I heard that those games are better played with 2-player local co-op. So I'm not sure that they'd fit exactly the bill. I'll look into it. I made a note. But yes, pay attention to that announcement channel in the winter. Middle of December, we're gonna have a sign up. And it's gonna be, you know, first come, first served to 44 streamers. And I'm not chasing people down. So you gotta not mute that channel. I know how Discord works. But yeah, okay, so that's enough of me gabbing about my projects. Let's play video games. Today's game was gonna be Paper Beast Folded Edition, but I forgot it was VR and I didn't get set up for it, so we're gonna do that on Friday. Also, just I have to clean up all the dog toys in the living room, blah, 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 blah. So we're gonna do a VR game on Friday. Today we're gonna do Friday's game, which is Kona. And I'm trying to like recall any details about this game. I think it's a first-person detective. He's like a ninja! Here's box of the day. This is the first big box video game I ever owned. My dad grabbed it at like a ham fest, which is amateur radio stuff. This is the one I was talking about that's losing data. Oh, Dragon Gym just redeemed box of the day, which is what we're gonna do now. So this is XF5700 Mantis Experimental Fighter. Contains adult language that for microplay. Man, this box has been with me most of my life. When did this come out? 1992? Okay, not most of my life. Good chunk of it, though. Since at least 1994. It's a pretty cool game. It's got a varying degree of graphics depending on what your setup is. Actual screen may vary, so that's called bullshot. There's your enemy. Syrians. They're giant space cockroaches. You can tell it from space because they come with blueprints. God damn it, I can't talk. Blueprints! Some adult language. I think there's like a romance option in here too. I remember playing that. Earth had no warning. Out of nowhere, an army of insect-like creatures from a distant world. Yeah, literally, you fire this game up and the Earth gets nuked. Like hydrogen bomb nuked. So I think it's like disc 7 in here. It doesn't read correctly anymore. And that's a crime. This game also came out in a CD-ROM version. They're out of order. Who would do that? I'm the only one here. It also came in a CD-ROM version. I'm probably going to try to find the disc for that and toss it in here. I'm planning to play this in Dosember. I tried to last year, but I couldn't get it to run right on anything. I'm so jealous. Hey, Kalindra. What are you jealous of? The floppy disks? Come on, get off my face. Come on. Okay. I am terrible at rubber band. Here's a technical supplement guide. Gives you some information on expanded memory and all that good stuff. Thing's still in actually pretty good shape. Got some scuffs on it. Here's the manual. You don't lose this manual. Here's another rubber band. I don't know why. This manual is also your DRM. Here's your list of faux rank. Look at that beautiful pixel art. 7 floppies and a game box? Yes. There's the ribbons and medals you can earn on your case. It's like Wing Commander a little bit. Similar to that. You got some cool ships in here. Here's the Mantis. Looks nothing like a praying mantis, but whatever. I think it's meant to look like the Manta. But whatever. Truly before times. Yeah. The war. So this game starts out and it gives you some like pixel art slideshows. Shows the Earth getting nuked. There's a lady talking on the news and then she screams and the Earth gets blown up. Here's my personal notes, I guess, from when I was in like 2nd grade. Apparently I wrote the number of things that you could carry here. All your flight controls. Debriefing. So any page in this book could be the answer to a question they ask when you try to launch the game. And if you get it wrong, it exits back to DOS. So you can't lose this thing. There you go. There's Heidi Martin, your love interest. You play as Viper. So it's these twos. Credits, not many of them here. There's actually a little bit of FMV in here. There's voice acting. So all the characters have a voice. Yeah, Wendy Job, she's the girl that screams in the newscast. There's your 3 squad mates. Special thanks to Bob for help with the spacecraft. Isn't that beautiful? Look at me. Look at me. Do you not work anymore? What the fuck? Sean Beanland is about to return to streaming. Everybody go follow Sean Beanland. This is probably the most important day on all of Twitch. Did not see that one coming. And he's going to be doing Elder Scrolls because he loves Elder Scrolls. Oh, you didn't... Yeah, the last one you streamed was the first part of Transistor? I didn't realize you stopped in the middle of that game. But yeah, that's Mantis. It's a good game. It's not going to like light the world on fire, and it's not going to live up to Wing Commander, if that's your jam, but it is a good game. There are extra voice packs and graphics packs for this on a different CD that I don't have. It wasn't part of this box. I've been wanting to grab the box of the CD-ROM version, or just the CD. I think the CD-ROM version doesn't have the DRM on it. Also, hi, Havok. That's a game you really need to play. Transistor's good. I've got the vinyl soundtrack to that one. That one and Bastion. And Pyre. But I don't have the one for their new game. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Alright. Alright. Video game time. No one can interrupt anymore. I have not played Stone Keep. I've been tempted to grab a box of Stone Keep, but I haven't gotten it. I was looking at Stone Keep and Death Trap Dungeon one day, and I chose Death Trap Dungeon. I hear that Stone Keep is really good until it's not. You might still have a box for that somewhere? I just spent an insane amount on a single box for Chasm the Rift. Finally, a copy of Chasm the Rift is on its way to my shelf. After trying to get one for 5 years. You don't know how to respond to that? I spent an insane amount of money, and then I deleted the eBay app because it's time to take a break from spending that much money. Yeah, if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that's like the holy grail of games that I don't have. Another thing that I would love to do with a free Sunday is make levels. Try to make levels for Chasm the Rift. Because that's just as niche as I can get, I guess. Never played Death Trap Dungeon, though. I think they both look really good. I'm about to kick off in December. My long play game that I'm going to complete is Anvil of Dawn. And I'm super hyped about that, because that game charmed my pants off last year. Okay. Controller for this. Chasm the Rift is one of my absolute favorite games. It just did not sell well. This game about coffee? I don't know. I know what you're talking about, though. Need a cord. Well, that was fun. Back to lurking. Have a good lurk, Kalendra. All right. Let me do 2 shout outs really quick. Did we shout out Captain Moten when the raid happened? Oh shit, we didn't. Let's get that. Captain Moten and Dawave are kind of a package deal for me because I found them both the same day. Absolutely follow these two. We got a shout out for Sean and Dragon Gem. Sorry if I missed anybody. If I did, just yell at me. Possible I don't know you stream. You got a cap. Canadian Media Fund. So I saw some interesting things. Well, one, the Linux version, the native Linux port, doesn't run very good. So I switched it over to Proton and it runs amazing. But there was one thing in the options that made me chuckle really hard. There's a decent amount of options here. Look at how bad this vignette is. Oh shit, wait. Because this is extreme. Why would you ever want to not see that much of the screen? Where is this other option? I thought it was really interesting. Oh, dynamic foliage. Watch this. The opposite. That's a lot of vignette. I know, right? It's extreme. I like red wine vignette. Vignette-y. Vidalia. Ugh. Oh, a sweet Vidalia onion vignette? This is a bit too much indeed. I know, isn't it crazy? But those are your interesting options, because we always look at the options. The style of this game's pretty good so far. Like, this music and the menu is just so good. Was not what I was expecting. That's cool.
Carl Faubert sought information.
He moves his arm.
for a living. That is to say that ever since he returned from Korea, after having served with the armed forces, he had been working as a private investigator in Montreal. William Hamilton, a rich industrialist, had gotten in touch with him regarding a simple vandalism issue. Nothing to write home about. Not worth hiring a private eye either, just so he can drive for hours on
Hey, B
rough
Squad.
roads. But that's how it had always been.
This beautiful
Client
orange
pays,
truck.
Carl gets it done.
Oh, it's menu music. You can turn it off, I guess. I have not played Firewatch. Did they ever release the VR version of that? I'm just gonna stop on the train tracks to look down on.
They had set up to meet at the general store, his client's business. Well,
Park
actually,
on the
the
tracks.
entire village had William Hamilton's name written all over it.
As part of my driver's ed back in high school, they showed us one of the most horrific videos of a person getting hit by a train
When
that
the roads
you
were
can
bad,
imagine.
muddy, or snowed in,
I have a healthy
it was
fear
customary
of train
around
tracks in
these
real life
parts to
because
close them
that's called PTSD.
But it was also customary to ignore those signs entirely.
Learning through
and
trauma.
drive there anyway.
Oh, we're gonna go up there. Never heard of this game. I think this came in a... This is pretty wicked. Guy rescuing the dog from the tracks? No. Does it end well? Someone's working on a Firewatch VR mod. Like 5 years ago, the Firewatch devs were showing how the Firewatch VR would work. I'm still waiting. A slideshow with a cassette tape from the 60s. Oh, Jesus Christ. It ends well, but it's a very close call. Hey, there was something up here. Firestarter. This is a survival game. Alright, I didn't see that coming. Jump and crouch are on the bumpers. Oops. Ooh. So you get a Far Cry 2 style map. They would show an accident and then say stoned on grass. Oh no. I think that's dead. They made Half-Life's Alex instead, which is fair. Was Valve working on the VR version of Firewatch? And what the hell happened to in the Valley of the Gods? Valve bought out that dev studio and now they're not working on it anymore? Is that... In the Valley of the Gods looked awesome. Don't know what it was, but it had my interest completely. I think that's dead end up there. For it to turn greener. Yeah, I don't recommend driving under the influence of anything. It will be good. Oh wow, that's a long pause to change pages. Alright, so we're in Canada. We knew that would be in Canada. As far as Dallas. North swarming with wolves, caribous, bear, and partridge, fox, snowy owls, and hordes of other majestic creatures that are every bit equals of Africa's wild. There's so many comparisons to other places right now. Very soon. Oh, because it's all in French. I just realized that the background image was in French. That's why it's forcing this. Is Quebec really Canada? I mean, it's almost its own thing. That's fair. Equipment journal.
Carl, ever diligent in his work, always carried his log on him, in which he scribbled down thoughts and leads alike during the course of his investigations.
A. Case of vandalism. Son of a wealthy Chicago banker, Hamilton made his own gold rush in the north of Quebec. You can't make a fortune without breaking a few lives. I mean, is Texas really in the U.S.? Texas is USA? More like Texas is the USA and everywhere else is something different. Because Texas is about as USA can stand. The expansion of his copper mine did not help him with a few friends. And how to explain Florida? Obviously, that's an island off of Texas. The Bavaria is to Germany? Maybe. Hey, Slash Life, how you doing? We don't talk about Florida. Hamilton is accusing the Cree people of attacking his estate, okay? Cree certainly do not hold him dear. His mind's probably upset the Great Spirit. Okay. The Cree are the native people here. The vandalism case is definitely for me, needs the eye of a professional. I'm meeting Hamilton. Alright, so we're meeting up with the guy that came up here and got his fortune. Here's some biographies. Carl Faber. Okay, that's us. Private detective. Hamilton. Nobody. Go to the next section. The bumper buttons move sections. And you can zoom in. It's kind of cool. Alright. Okay, so. That's a rock.
Hamilton never mentioned a road-blocking barrier. Why was it needed here in the back of Beyond? That would, however, be a mystery for another day. Carl had waited long enough for someone to come and raise it.
I'm not sure that tool is what you needed.
There was no point in waiting any longer. Carl had to figure this one out by himself.
This is a pretty nice truck, though.
Hamilton is waiting for Carl in the general store.
Let's keep it that. Desync off.
It was time for him to get down.
This is jittery. (11/11/21). So what day is that?
Hamilton enjoyed a lavish country house built in the very heart of the northern forests. Not too far
That's like
from here.
Friday? Thursday. Nice.
The local populace was divided when it came to the affluent man. Some saw a wealthy philanthropist dedicated to improving the region's economy. Others, an aging Englishman who would
It is
do
Remembrance Day in
anything to
Canada.
further
Yeah, I
his
just...
fortunes. And those
Fine, it's fine.
hated him
Just learned
enough
about that today
warn
talking
about
to
scheming
Arnie
against him.
69 Gamer. And Veterans Day in the
Hamilton
US.
had recently acquired a few local businesses, but the last straw was the reopening of a mine, which gave rise to a wave of protests and threats from the Cree people. Given these circumstances, Carl reckoned that a good number of people must be feeling compelled to oppose Hamilton in one way or another.
To oppose! Man, these voice lines are so disconnected.
Target, but soon enough, Carl thought, the target would become the man himself.
Cree people. Sure, we're gonna see a couple of those too. It sounds like text-to-speech. There's too much emphasis.
Carl needed to get out of there. The cold and the pain required urgent care.
What the fuck? It was fall 5 minutes ago. Why? That's too long to sleep. That's how Quebec is? Okay. How did you manage this one?
The driver.
There wasn't snow. How you doing,
It
C?
was still best to check it out and leave nothing.
This is how
to
coffee
chance.
ends up.
Carl
Should
needed
look.
help.
Gas station.
It was a small, locked box engraved with the letters W.H.
Do we just run Hamilton
Carl
off the
thought
road?
about taking it. Nothing was to be left to chance.
Okay.
Scratches did not stop Carl. His mother would be so proud.
What? What is this narration?
Country, his last hope was to find an abandoned garage or a farm by the roadside. His life depended on it. It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore. Even better than he had hoped. Carl Faubert had succeeded once more and was now on his way to new adventures.
What? Let me see if I can turn up the voice. It's hard to hear. Just options? Oh, okay, here we go. Narration frequency, so you can totally disable it if you wanted. You can't with this narration, Sean? Alright. Yeah, succeeded once again. We gotta find wood.
A fire is as good as the materials used to create it.
We're gonna freeze to death because I can't find. I don't know why wood would be up here, but let's go look. We gotta find wood. Nope. It's colder up here. Why? Whatever this is. I need wood.
Cold turned into pain. Carl needed to find someplace warm.
Oh, wait, here's wood. What am I doing? I didn't even see it. Ta-da! Also, the houses, I know. It seems this town only exists in this game. Oh, whatever fictional city this was? Sure. You were raised in a barn! There was matches there. Fire starter. Which we found earlier. So, what does the Havok do now? Huh, Carl? Look at her journal. The accident. I've been shaken up since Korea. Okay. Clearly, the box belonged to what's-his-face Hamilton. Let's look inside the lockbox. Well, we know she's Isabella now. Locked iron boxes and consumables. A key is required to open it. Okay. So I need a key. What does that mean? That says it has rations in it. Map. Up his journal. Where is the snow coming from? They say fall is an unpredictable season, but this is something else. I agree. Jars of Oh, that's definitely like, that's some kind of grain. Yeah, I'd be going there. I guess we're just gonna go back outside. And explore more? Maybe we'll look in the car a bit longer. Pause it. Needs to heal his wounds before going any further. Aha! First aid kit in the trunk here. That's probably it for the car, huh? Doubled as banks. All right. Looks like I'm healing.
Carl, like many of his contemporaries, felt like he had more trouble breathing when he wasn't smoking. Cigarette was his own personal breathing assistant.
Okay. Get back in the truck then. Wow, we got out of that really easy. That was a cutscene I couldn't control. Kind of surprised it let us get back in the vehicle and drive on. about snowblind. Holy shit. This is rough.
Spread out on a few acres of untouched forest, bellowing caribou, everlasting snow, and undefiled lakes, the Manistan region was no tourist hub. It was said to have been populated for millennia by Cree people, and ever since the industrial era, by the metal mining industry.
Let's see what that sign says. Not really letting me out. Like Caribou Crossing or something? Tell what that is. Gas station this way. Okay. You know, this voice reminds me of, you remember the narrator, the guy that would call you up when you play Hunter Call of the Wild? Yeah. Yeah. What's down here? Let's go loot them.
Carl's military training had made him a very punctual man. Being late to his meeting with Hamilton was out of the question.
Okay. C10 step side. Yeah, seems like. Wee!
The truck was running on fumes. Good thing that the general store was close by.
Wow, was that the game loading the next section?
The pumps wouldn't surrender their divine nectar so easily. In all likelihood, they had to be switched on from inside the store.
Oh my god. We just call gasoline divine nectar? Man, oh man. Hey Digi Inferno, thanks for the host. They're divine nectar. It was so good.
Something fell to the bottom of the box. Carl had no trouble recognizing his employer. He had been killed. There was no need to be a detective to figure that out.
Oh
But only a detective could have noticed that the killer had to have been very close. That the fatal blow had been given before the victim even realized.
I want this guy to narrate my life. I want this guy to narrate me browsing web forums and reading stupid comments from angry people. That's what I want. He's just napping. Your battery will restart the truck. And Artyom Havok read the response of Dumpster Slut 69 saying, "Yeah, well, your mother." Oh man. Ta-da! That's when it's so cold you don't know if your battery
Carl
will
felt a
restart
chill
the
down
truck.
his
Yes.
spine and had a terrifying realization. If Hamilton was dead, then who was going to pay him? What could be inside that envelope? Carl was taken aback. He knew this address. It was said to be the address of the P.O. box for the Canadian Secret Service.
Just a thing you know. Kona Cola? Oh my god. This place. Oh, now there's words on the wall. This place is a mess. Can't get through here. Can't walk over Joseph.
An explosion suddenly occurred outside.
Ta-da! There's the key. But there's no power, because the thing blew. Well, it is a convenience store. Fucking wolves.
Maintaining his composure, Carl recalled something from his military training. Wolves always stay away from populated areas. Wait, was it about bears?
What the hell is this?
Carl was used to strange phenomena, but a chunk of ice like this, as if an iceberg came out of the ground, that was a first. Prince? Carl found a surprise at every turn. Was the camera faulty, or was it a possible lead?
What the hell is going on right now? Because those aren't wolf prints. Those are like deer-like creatures. Yeah, I've seen a Polaroid camera like that before. There were a couple of things. Wasn't there a competitor to Polaroid? Oh, a gun.
A murder weapon. What was that doing there, Carl wondered. Hamilton must have been determined to keep some information secret to post this key. Shame he got unlucky. Everything made sense now. Poor Hamilton's denunciation was interrupted, and he figured it would be best to lock everything up and send the key to his correspondent, who would receive the box later on. Clever, but not enough. That's what happens to ordinary people playing spy.
Oh, it is as a citizen of Her Majesty in the free economic chambers of the world that I must address what follows to the proper authorities. The worst is happening at this very moment. I cannot write at length, but I am requesting immediate help from my country. I believe the free world is in grave danger. A member from the community, the Honorable What? The Honorable what?
Polaroid, Carl's long-standing and faithful ally, had seen a share of husbands caught red-handed cheating. There's always something out there waiting to be snapped away. A milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
Automatic. Instant.
The milkman had to drive by every week to fill the bottles. The fresh milk indicated a recent visit.
There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of that building.
It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore.
We can't get into that building yet. Let's go back in. So, this is the thing we gotta turn back on, but I don't know why we can't. And we did not find the explosion. The secretary wouldn't be luxury in here. The general store also serves as the post office. Pure jasmine toilet paper. Don't even travel half the province back to come. Didn't even. Oh, beef jerky. Garage key.
According to that log, it seemed like the whole village owed some money to the general store. Carl was far more interested in the bunch of nearby addresses he had just gotten his hands on, though. The snowstorm pummeled everything in its path. Carl was not surprised when he heard no tone. Carl knew that Gilles Lachance was in charge of the general store. That made him one of Hamilton's employees. A very angry employee, as Carl could plainly see.
Okay. I guess we gotta get into the shed. Not really telling us what we need to do. But we did find a key for it, so we'll go there. Oh wait, hold on. Is the power on? You're gonna head out? Auto run failed. It's so nice to meet you today. You and your partner. Hope to see you again soon. I keep hearing that motor, but it's my truck and not the generator. Wait. Turned on.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
Okay. I can figure that out. Looks like we're gonna have to go to our truck and dump some stuff off.
Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power. The crowbar was stuck under the lift. Notwithstanding Carl's imposing stature, car lifting wasn't part of his skill set yet.
Yet. Wish the doors wouldn't automatically close behind me. Let's go dump some things in the back of the truck. Three rounds.
The note explained that the garage and the store couldn't be supplied with electricity at the same time.
Oh, fixed
Carl was
generator.
no electrician, but he could identify a wiring problem.
I did not
himself.
see that. Okay, good. Carl's inventory is full? Oh, we just dealt with that. Was in one of these drawers. There you are. I think that's just stuck on. But it's also not letting me run, so... Well, no, here we go. Okay. They'll lift up and get that crowbar.
Staring intently at the controls won't be enough to make that lift budge. The poor thing was out of power.
What? We gotta go cycle it or something. It's painstaking to walk back and forth between these two buildings. You're on. Think we have power now, or we should? Yes, there is now power here.
At long last, the crowbar was within Carl's grasp. Surely it would come in handy at some point.
It was easier to see in here when the lights weren't on. I think we're done out here. Let me shut this one down. It's from the main store. Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. Saved. There should be some gas now. Give up your sweet nectar, gasoline filler. I think we're out of here now. Jesus, stop yawning. Be alright, Havok. Be alright.
Carl knew straight away where to find the infuriated Gilles Lachance. Any good investigation would have to start there.
Right. So we should probably...
Carl was beginning to know the store and its surroundings like the back of his hand. The Seeker had sought.
I think I have to get out of the vehicle to look at my journal to find that address. Caribou footprints. I don't know the chemical process, which pictures reveals invisible prints. I have to say, it looks entirely supernatural. Oh. So I'm looking for vandalism. Here we go. 1553. Hey Tony, how you doing, my friend? Wait, when did this tree show up? God damn it. I'm doing pretty good. Trying to stay awake. Oh, my problem is some of these games just put me to sleep. I just ignore the screen. Carl's inventory is not full. We're just gonna turn up here. Go. Dr. CDCS has been so on about roast beef from Arby's for so long. I don't think it's... I've decided that's what I'm having for dinner. Beef and cheddars. Early fries, and it's gonna be so delicious, and nobody can stop me. Hey, Perry Godwin, how you doing? This thing handles like a drunk rhinoceros. Fine, you doing pretty good. What is this address? We need to figure out how to get to this next one here. How does the mailbox not have the address? Oh. It's about a detective who went to meet with a guy who's, you know, a rich, what was it, oil pipeline or something? Guy that thinks the natives are vandalizing his stuff. But he was found dead in a gas station after we got run off the road by another car that had no drivers. We're up here in Alaska. Not Alaska, sorry, Canada.
That meant the car sunk down just a little while ago. Now where the hell could the passengers possibly have gone?
Is this the same car?
Someone had been playing with a crossbow here. A very dangerous game. A bolt could hit someone's tire or their eye. It could even kill someone if the aim was right.
What? No clues. Oh. Ranger manual. Is that the vehicle?
Someone must have dropped this in a hurry, but whoever did was heading into the woods. Carl's tracking instincts were quickly kicking in.
Caribou spirit still out here somewhere. Ice wall?
Carl felt engulfed by a wave of cold, and for a second thought he was fainting. All of a sudden, 4 phantasmagoric figures were fixing their gaze on him.
Phantasmagoric, okay.
What the hell was going on?
Carl. Well, she's the girl in the photo. I can see her hair. This guy's probably... Yeah, this guy right here is the guy that called me up here. That's, whateverington. These two... Just... The hair makes me wonder if they're native. Go up here.
Carl sensed that the cold was beating a retreat, as if he was moving away from some kind of center of gravity. Carl knew why he was suddenly shivering. He was going back to the realm of visions.
Okay, so they're always here. That's interesting.
Numbness was giving way to awareness. The vision was wavering. It was so cold. Already Carl did not feel his toes anymore. The flames won't grow without some help. Other materials were required.
Let's take a look at the map, I guess. Did I miss a turn? We gotta figure out how to get back to past the gas station to that one guy's place. Oh. Wait, I read the wrong thing. I think we gotta go to the doctor's. I see this thing skipping over a section, like there's another guy's picture in here that's not showing me. But it might also be Carl. So I think we'll go back to the truck and then try to meander our way to the doctor's. Which is going to be behind us. But I thought that road was blocked off. Probably going to play for about 20 more minutes here. I plan to be back playing Kathy Reigns tonight. Maybe we'll finish it tonight. Maybe there's another stream. I don't know. I feel like I'm over halfway through it, so maybe we can get it done tonight. Just need to stay awake. The doctor's up on the North Fork here. It's fine. We're fine. Everybody's fine. Not a distracted driver. It's so serene, too. So, go here. Don't think I get to drive up that, but we're gonna try anyways. Clinic key.
There should be a law forbidding doctors from falling sick.
Okay.
In spite of Dr. Beaupre's goodwill, the place didn't look much like a physician's office. It could easily be mistaken for a sewing shop. Someone had lost a few liters of blood here. Carl's first thought had been a lumber accident, someone's hand cut by a saw, or a hunting accident. In any case, whoever had lost all this blood couldn't have gone far. Perhaps they were already dead.
They said. My nightmare?
Carl got the trembles as he imagined the excruciating pain that kind of scalpel could no doubt inflict. Within these miserable walls, patients probably felt more like in a slaughterhouse than in a doctor's office.
That is fucking dark.
For the one-eyed, or for other vision problems, the eye patch was the way to go.
Oh. What a game. Sean's just waiting for me to get out of here so he can go buy it. I'm not super into it, I'm not gonna lie. You know, it's weird, and I kinda like weird, but it controls like garbage. On the mouse, it's super swimmy. I mean, like, you stop moving, this thing just keeps swaying. Like, it's way, way out of control. On the controller, it's just like every single thing, you can't interact with it. You have to be like right up on every single thing you interact with. Like, trying to move around these cabinets, these doors that are open, just, it becomes impossible. Well, it's not impossible, it's just really annoying. It is not...
The good doctor.
It's not wanting...
His beautiful
it's not...
spouse.
I'm not wanting to
Your
continue playing this because it's a pain in the
captured
ass
on
to play.
cardstock.
I haven't been
Carl
complaining about it at all.
recognized his soulful eyes. Was it Dr. Beaupre who had hit him head on at the village border?
Maybe. But the narrator's just weird. Oh. I never did quite catch her name. Men called her Lore. Got a neck wound. There was so much blood. Bullet had done a lot of damage. Probably hit the cerebellum. I was hopeless. She had cardiac arrest. The men had found her like this, said. I doubt it, but it's small town like this, usually the best to turn a blind eye, Jesus. Oh, I need to step back from sending out a death certificate. So she died. She gone. She's pregnant. Okay. Illegitimate child and syphilis on her hand. Okay.
There was no doubt that the doctor and Hamilton knew each other very well.
Can't be cured. Rich. I'll cure him of that one day. Did he actually write that? New TV. What are you getting? Give me the deets, Sean. New TV we're going to see on Saturday?
Dr. Beaupre had done his medical studies.
65, Jesus Christ.
He
Okay.
was surely one of the first students out of the new campus to settle on the mountainside.
Communist Manifesto.
A Communist Manifesto. Only a few years ago, this type of allegiance meant prison time. And even at present, the Western world was very wary of the Soviet threat. Why would the doctor own such a book? Nobody kills a rich patient to start a revolution. It didn't make any sense. He had to dig deeper still to understand. Luckily, that was Karl Vauber's specialty. A chamber pot. Fortunately for Karl, inspecting it wouldn't further this particular investigation.
I'm not seeing anything else of interest in here. So this door has been nailed shut. Can I crowbar it? I don't know. Go look out back, I guess. So that's clearly, that's just an outside door that's boarded up here. Weird. Okay. Weird. Alright, it's about 4 o'clock. I'm gonna go and wrap this one up. This game's just not really doing it for me. I don't know.
Karl felt like he knew the doctor now. His belongings had spoken lengths about him. But what Karl had heard worried him.
It has some very pretty moments, but like, I don't know. It doesn't feel like there's any weight to the story with the like whimsical narration. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah. And it's just kind of hard to play. Like, the movement is just weird and blocky. Like, you're made out of cinder blocks twice the size that a character should be, and you just can't move around the world, and everything takes, like, too far away to activate items in the world. Inventory system is something. How do you leave the game menu? Appreciate everybody being here. I'm gonna be back in a couple hours, 3 hours, and we're gonna try to finish Kathy Rain tonight. I don't know if we're gonna manage to finish it tonight or we played more on Thursday, but get there. Yeah, absolutely, Digi Inferno. You know, interesting, because you're Romanian. I just met a bunch of Romanian streamers the other day. Kind of awesome. Or at least one that I know of for sure. Dawave. That's awesome. Went from not knowing but one person in Romania to knowing a few. Super fucking cool. Alright. Let's find somebody to raid. I think with this 3 hours, go eat dinner. Maybe take the dog for a walk if it's not too terribly cold. He was out here. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go, Havok. Let's go. We raided Bidoman in a while. No, he's at the bottom of the page. He's trying to finish up Quest for Glory 5. Let me make sure he's not signing off. I remember the last time we raided him, I think he signed off real quick after that. You too, Perry Godwin. He's been on for 2 hours. I think... I'm just gonna ask. Alright. Now we know who we're rated. Y'all have fun with Bidoman. If you never met him, he's fucking awesome. And I look forward to seeing y'all in a couple hours or tomorrow. Tomorrow's game is whatever the site says it is. Why can't I never remember what the next game is? Because it's a different game every day, and memory's tough. Oh, I forgot to announce one thing. There's going to be an encore showing of Blood Lily on Monday. Because the mystery journey of Blood Lily Fractured Fate starts on Tuesday. So if you missed Blood Lily, the movie that I've worked on for the past year, 2 o'clock Pacific time, going to be showing it again. That's going to be my only stream for that day. All will become much more clear on Tuesday. I can assure you of that. But thank you for being here. Have fun with Bidoman, and I'll see you in a bit. There we go. Bidoman. And we're off.